Hello, good afternoon on this kind of overcast and cloudy Monday afternoon. It is around just after 3:30 in the afternoon, and I am here to have another one of our daily conversations of support. And today is day one of a 4-day series. So our uh, theme will be finding. So each day for the next 4 days, we're going to find something. Today we're going to find joy. Tomorrow we're going to find support. And I'm still working on what days 3 and 4 will be. So hang in there. We will figure that out as we go along. What would you like to find? So let me know what you have an interest in so that we can finish out our 4-day series. But again, today is about finding joy. So thank you for joining me. If you aren't familiar with who I am, my name is Laura, and I am a person who likes to share conversations of support on a daily basis with everyone. So I come on and share some thoughts, and I hope you interact with me as well. Thank you so much for jumping on and watching. If you're watching the replay, welcome. And again, today is day one of our 4-day series on finding. So today is finding joy. So the thoughts that I had that we're going to work off of today is, the first one is, we are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. And that's attributed to Buddha. So even in the midst of something that's not so great, not happy, it could be a sad situation, a frustrating situation, we can still find joy in it. And to be able to appreciate joy, we have to be able to feel those tough times as well. So that is, they kind of go hand in hand. So even though we need to experience the downsides of life, it allows us to truly appreciate the upsides of life. And finding joy is not always easy, and some days we have to work harder than others to do it, right? So another thing that I found that I thought was helpful for me was, there are 5 ways to fight for joy. The first one says sing, and I do like to sing. I have enjoyed singing throughout my life. I went through a period of time where music kind of lost its place for me, so I didn't want to sing anymore. I stopped doing it at church. It's slowly coming back, but that can bring us joy, right? Depending on the types of songs we're singing. The second thing is to focus on the good. So even in our tough situations, focus on the good. Even though we may have lost somebody, has that brought us closer to someone else? Maybe if we've lost a job or something, has that given us an opportunity to find something better that will make us happier on a regular basis? The third one, is one of my favorites, is smile. So smile, smile, smile. I purposely and consciously, when I'm out and about, when I go to the grocery store or shopping, I try to specifically smile at anybody who happens to walk right by me. If you give me eye contact at all, I'm going to smile at you and say hi. So I encourage you to do that. Even if you don't think you have a great smile, you know what? We all have a great smile. We're all unique and we're all different, but smiling is such an easy thing to do. It doesn't cost any money. It takes some muscle use, yes, and not everybody can do that easily, I know, physically. But if you can smile with your eyes, you can smile with the words that you say. So the fourth thing is to surround yourself with joyful people. We all know that there are people out there that are always give off the bubbly personalities who can easily find the rainbow even in the rain, right? So surround yourself with people like that who can support you, so that if you're having trouble finding that joy, they can help you find it too, right? So surround yourself with joyful people. And going back on, if you think about our thoughts play a role in how we think and believe. So if you only surround yourself with negative people, or people who are always complaining and upset about something, then guess what? You're going to feel upset and stressed and complaining about everything too. So surround yourself with joyful people. And then the fifth thing that I find is very helpful is to talk about joyful things. So yes, we want to talk about all the stressful things, and goodness gracious, we know this world has presented us with so many topics, so many situations that are not joyful. But after listening to that or reading about it all the time, I start to feel personally so anxiety, or I don't even know if anxiety is the right word for it, but my personality changes enough that, I've got to stop. I have to build my little wall around me for a little bit and embrace something joyful. So I need to go and find the joyful topics that are out there. I just read an article, and a friend had just reshared it too, about a basketball team. I cannot remember where these high school teams were, but they were playing a basketball game, and there was one of the players on one of the teams has Down syndrome. They let him shoot the basket, and then when he missed, the opposing team had gotten the ball. They gave it back to him. They let him have another chance to make that basket. That is a joyful thing. That is embracing one another, and that is something positive that we need to go out there and talk about, right? Years ago, I guess it's already been 7 years ago, the basketball team at our local high school where my children all went, there was a group of guys that kind of surprised us out of the blue, and they decided to make AJ, my son, honorary captain for one of their playoff games, and they had him participate in the pep rally. And for those who don't know, my son uses a wheelchair. He doesn't get to play regular basketball or regular football or anything like that. When he did play basketball, it was with a great organization called Sports for Life. It was done through the school, but it's modified, This let him feel like he was with the other guys who are all out there doing all the physical stuff, that he can't do. But that was such a uplifting moment for him, for us as a family, for us as a school community to bond together. So to find joy in that event was a blessing. So sometimes, if that's the kind of thing that if you have a memory like that, reach for it, bring it back in the front of your mind and think about it. Don't always focus on the negatives. Don't focus on what's going wrong in your life, but find out what's going right in your life, and you will find joy. And joy doesn't mean that we're jumping up and down, that we're having tons of I don't know what you would call it, like nonstop energy, because that is definitely not me. I have never been that kind of person. I probably was not a person who even enjoyed all those pep rallies to begin with as a kid. So it doesn't, when I say joy, it doesn't mean just boisterous and totally outgoing, but it means it's kind of a peace, a happiness that's within you that you then share outwardly to someone else. So again, remember, smile. I wanted to share and encourage you to go and Google. I did a Bible study a couple years ago. Actually, I don't think it was that long. Maybe 2 years at the most. But it was called Defiant Joy. And it was how to find joy in all life situations. And the person that created this Bible study, do you remember a couple years ago, the Chewbacca mom? She got in her car, she bought herself the Chewbacca mask, and she laughed and laughed and laughed. Candace Payne is her name. Candace, Payne, is her last name. Look her up. She's got a great Bible study on called Defiant Joy. I really enjoyed that Bible study. And so much, you know what, that I have my own Chewbacca mask. Unfortunately, it's at the other house right now in son's closet because he took that. He swiped it from me. So, and I have a Yoda mask too. So, I love that kind of thing. That, you know, that brings me joy to put that on, even though it embarrasses the heck out of the family. But if it brings me joy, then so be it, right? So let me know what you do to find joy, what you do when you're struggling to find joy, what will bring you a little closer to finding that happiness and that joy. You know, we all struggle with lots of different things, and as I said before, if we live in negative thoughts, then we will feel negative all the time too. So even if we're not feeling physically well or whatever, we can still find the joy. Maybe the joy in this of having to go through something health related is to know that you will come out on the other end in a much better place. You know, the joy might be in the people that you're going to meet on that journey. You know, when our son was first diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, you know, I truly believe that certain people were put into our path to bring us peace and calmness in a time when we were unsure of what the future was going to hold. Nobody expected our son to live long enough to graduate high school, and here he is 24 now. You know, life is not easy for him by any means. You know, we've actually gotten to the point now where it's harder for him to feed himself and eat on his own. So my husband does the cooking, because we all know, if you watch my other videos, we all know I don't cook unless it involves the microwave or something that's, you know, like a bag that can be opened, like cereal or chips, you know. So yeah, I know I'm the worst cook in the world, right? That's the show you all need to nominate me for, is the Worst Cooks of America on the Food Network show. That would bring me joy, I think. No. So, you know, think of the little things in your life when we're trying to find that joy, even when we're having a rough day. Reach out, find those memories, surround yourself with people that bring you joy and bring you, help you find that, for lack of a better description, that rainbow within the rain. Today looks kind of overcast outside today. Again, you know, if you've watched my other videos, that I come outside here because this is my quiet time away from my husband and my son, so that I can do my little chats without being distracted by them. So they are more than welcome to stay inside. They will not be on my live. So it's kind of cloudy and overcast today. We can't see the sun. We can't, you know, I don't know if it's supposed to rain later or not. But I can be happy about the fact that I only needed my little Snuggie versus my big winter coat. Hoping that spring is on its way. Spring brings me joy, all the new flowers and things like that. You know, so figure out what does bring you joy, and then try to surround yourself with people who are like-minded in that sense. Don't forget to smile. Even if you're not feeling great, just smile a little bit and it will slowly make you feel better too. Tomorrow we're gonna, in part 2 of our 4-day series on finding something, today we found joy. Tomorrow we're gonna find support. and it can be support in any of our areas that I've had experience in, whether it was health related, as an ally in the addictions community, as a mentor in the PTA world. You know, how do you find support? How do you find the right people to encourage you and help you through a process or a situation in a positive manner? So just remember, these are called conversations of support. So I'm here to encourage you. I appreciate your encouragement as well. Let me know what you want to find on those on days 3 and 4. I still have to figure out what I want to do for those 2 days. But I thoroughly enjoy you taking the time to listen to my thoughts and my hopefully my that this will help some of you at least a little bit. So let me know what you would like to find in the next couple of days for our talks, and then but tomorrow will be the topic will be finding support. So we can find support in lots of our different areas. So since my iPad is getting low on battery, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much for joining me. Join me tomorrow for our next conversation of support, where we will be talking about finding support. Today, if you're just jumping on, we were finding joy. So my joy is that I need to go charge up my iPad so that I can do this again tomorrow. But I need some ideas on days 3 and 4 on what we're going to find, okay? This is a series of finding. Today, day 1, finding joy. Day 2 is finding support. What would you like day 3 and 4 to be? Put it in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And have a wonderful, joyful evening. Even if it's joy for just a little bit, try to find it. Don't forget to smile. And know that I believe in you, and I am here to encourage you, and I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. So have a great evening, and blessings to all of you. Bye.